JT, you pretty much kept your promise. When you were here yesterday, you said you were going to work on padding your lead, and you're in a pretty good position heading into the weekend.
Yeah, that was the game plan coming into the day. Was to, last week I think the one thing I learned after playing well Thursday was to try and keep the pedal down. I think this golf course may yield a few more birdies than last week, but at the same time, you got to go out there and hit some golf shots and stay aggressive, and I was able to do that, which is nice.
You've been on fire the last couple of weeks, and all the work you've been putting into the game is really paying off. How do you feel heading into the weekend?
I feel great. My last few rounds out here have been great, going back into last week. So I'm just going to try and keep riding that momentum and keep doing exactly what I'm doing. Don't change anything, and just kind of take the good looks when they come. And when I don't have a good number or don't feel good over it, just be smart about it. So fortunately, I'm in that position. I can do that.
4 birdies in first 5 holes, considering what you did yesterday. Thoughts after that? I mean, you got to be thinking, man, is anything going to go wrong at this point?
Honestly, no. I didn't really think anything. I was just trying to stay focused on the next hole, the next shot. I knew that the wind wasn't going to blow today like it did a little bit yesterday, so I knew that other guys were going to shoot low numbers too. So I didn't want to kind of take my foot off the gas. I wanted to try and build that lead as much as I could going into tomorrow and going into Sunday, and just try and go as low as I can. You
said you were eager to get back out here, and you sat around for an hour or so. And I mean, did that make you a little more antsy coming out, or? No,
I wouldn't. Not too much. I think just again, I was just excited and eager to get out here and play. Game's in a great spot, so it's fun to get out there and make a bunch of birdies and play the way that I've been playing. So I was just excited to get out there and do it. And being pushed back an hour really wasn't too big a deal. But
if you look at your year, I mean, you've a couple top 10s, but then you kind of follow it up with a little bit, you missed a couple missed cuts. This is great performances here, 6 rounds now. What maybe was keeping you back here early in the season, and what that you've maybe unlocked here now?
I don't know if it's anything too specific, because when I had those good weeks earlier in the year, those top finishes, it was a lot of stuff like this week where I was hitting the ball in the fairways, and I was really sharp with the iron play, and not making too many mistakes. And I think some of those weeks following those good weeks, I don't know if it's a learning curve, and I'm just trying to learn how to rest a little bit in between tournaments, or kind of best prepare myself for Thursday. I have kind of a routine every week that I get to the golf course, playing practice rounds, practicing, getting the speed of the greens, and I think sometimes I'm learning that it's a little more important to probably rest a little more and not put quite as much time into the practicing and the grinding leading up to the week.
Do you sense any difference here then compared to weeks past?
No, honestly, it's just the same that it's been. The ball striking again has been great. Made a few good putts. My speed has been pretty good on the greens, and I just have that feeling. I know if I can give myself some decent looks, I feel confident enough over the putter I can make some birdies.
Last time you had a 36-hole lead was Barbasol last year. What's your mentality sleeping on that lead? What did you learn from holding that position a year ago that you can bring into this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest takeaway from that week was, it's a 72-hole tournament. And I know that week last year it probably looked like I was going to run away with it, and ended up not winning and losing the playoffs. So, I'm only halfway through the tournament. It's easy to get ahead of yourself, I think, when you got the lead and start thinking about, late on Sunday. But I got to go play a whole other round of golf tomorrow before I can even think about Sunday. So that's going to kind of be my approach.
Does it make a difference knowing that you may have a 3, maybe 4-shot lead heading tomorrow?
Not really. Again, this course right now, the weather's perfect. The course is in great shape. Guys are going to make a lot of birdies. I wouldn't be surprised if whoever's kind of right there in the mix going into tomorrow shoots 10, 12, 13 under on the weekend. I think it's very possible. So I know I need to kind of keep the pedal down and try and match that.
After the birdie on 13, you look like you might be able to get maybe match a 62 or go 63, 64. Driver right. When you look at the leaderboard and see you have a 5-stroke lead, did the game change at all, or kind of what the last 5 holes?
Honestly, the driver right on 14 was kind of where we were trying to hit it. We're trying to set up an angle into that pin, and we did just that. It just missed the fairway by a couple yards, so really wasn't I was pretty happy with where that ended up. I just didn't really judge the chip shot very well, but and the one on 15 in this fairway by a yard.
Right.
So like it really wasn't too far off. I made some good swings. The only one really was the second shot on 18. We just kind of misjudged the wind a little bit. And again, like a lot of them, I'm hitting really good shots, and sometimes they don't quite end up where you want. But like if I know I'm hitting them how I want to and where I want to, then I can carry that into the weekend.
A lot of short putts again today, but the one on 9 for birdie there, just well hit, well read. Kind of, I mean, you had the hallmark of the hole out on 4 yesterday. That was probably your signature moment today. Kind of talk me through that putt.
Yeah, it was nice. I mean, after kind of giving one back on 6, a pretty careless bogey from the middle of the fairway and a wedge, and just trying to get some of that momentum back. And I hit a decent iron in there. It was kind of an in-between number and wasn't really a pin we wanted to fire at, so I left myself that 30-footer or so below the ridge. And, yeah, again, I touched on it. My speed feels like it's been pretty good, and I was just able to match up the line there and make it, which was great, kind of get some momentum back.
JT, just along the lines of what you were talking about with the Barbasol experience, wire-to-wire wins aren't that uncommon out here, but it seems like they've got to be really hard.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Wire-to-wire wins, they've got to be really exhausting. You get to Sunday, is it just you've been feeling it, the heat, or?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you're in contention, whether you've been leading since Thursday or leading the back 9 on Sunday for the first time, anytime you get up there, there's some nerves, there's some there's some pressure. So thankfully I've put myself in that position a few times in my career, and I know that I can do it. I've done it in Greensboro before, so I'm just going to try and lean on that going into the weekend. But again, we're only halfway there, so it's easy to kind of start thinking about that, but I'm just going to try and build that lead as much as I can going into Sunday.
Appreciate it.
You're a free man. Thanks.